Trust me, I know what it is to deal with unsupportive spouse. When people don't understand it, they see pyramid scheme or scam, or it's that thing again, and you just cannot explain to them that it's legal and it works if you work it like a business. It's just a business scheme, a model how companies sell their products and services. And today I'm gonna give you 7 reasons why your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife hates MLM and what you can do about it. Welcome back to another video. Linka gets love from growwithlinka.com, helping you hit your online breakthrough. On this channel, we're talking about online businesses, how to become the next online star, earn passive income, and complete lifestyle transformation. So if those are topics you are interested in, before we get into today's 7 tips and reasons why your partner hates MLM, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell button to get notified when new videos are out. Reason number 1, he knows it's a pyramid scheme, it's a scam. You know that only people at the top make the money, and he knows what's right for you, or she knows what's right for you. They usually think that only people at the top make money and only those make all of the money. What, however, these people forget is when you have a job and your supervisor, manager, someone above you, your boss, they never make less money than you. All the people above you in the job make more money than you. And in network marketing, everyone had to start at the bottom. There is not one person who didn't go through those first sales, working the little income and working it all the way to the top. They've put in endless amount of effort to get where they are, and either you are or aren't willing to do the same thing. And the difference, biggest difference, is you actually can get there. But I bet you in most of the jobs, not everyone in the company has a chance to actually get to the boss's place. Huge difference. Reason number 2, it's not a real job. It's not a real business. This is a big one, and I believe this one has really something to do with the income stream that you are bringing in. That's something I had to fight with because I was running a traditional business, an agency with online marketing services for our clients. However, promoting myself and selling someone else's product was somehow not a real business anymore, either with network or affiliate marketing. But when you start bringing in that income stream, that point of view changes. In my case, it became something as an acceptance. As long as it works and as long as it's really bringing in the income stream that he was used to, it was fine. But I had to put in the effort to actually bring in the income stream and learn what to do in a different way. Second part to this is they have the real education. Maybe you don't. And they had to study and they had to maybe pay for their education to get the real job, to do the real business. And I just came across a statistic that 20% of the top network marketers, and 20% is a big percentage, earn more than $20,000 per month in residual passive income. That means it's coming in automatically, whether they actually put in the work or not. So that's a lot of money, something a person makes in a year. And what would it do to you and your budget, your family, if you brought in an extra income stream of $5,000 per month just working a side hustle from home? By the way, if you're interested on what I do, how I build my passive income, my primary income stream, I'm going to put a link to a YouTube video I've done where I'm going to explain more details about the business opportunity that I am working on. Reason number 3, he knew someone who knew someone that got burned. That's another big one. I know so many people who have done it and it doesn't work. They haven't made money. They've just spent thousands of dollars and never made a penny. These horror stories from his relatives and best friends, but he remembers every single detail and how it ruined their lives. And honestly, that's just very closed mindset, because unless you personally experience it, you put in the work, you put in the effort, you build yourself to best version of you, grow your skills, learn the craft, master every single skill you need to actually build this business and work it, honestly work it and put in the work, then you can, from your experience, express an opinion. Because you can never say if that person really did what they were supposed to do and worked it as a business, not as a hobby or something they have tried. And yes, I'm not saying there isn't. In every single country, there is a bad history. There are movements and companies and maybe even scams that went through that market, and it did ruin people's lives. But it can be as any other business. Every single day I hear stories how somebody did a bad service, sold a very bad product that wasn't worth the price. They disappeared. They never put the customer service in they were supposed to. They've done really crappy job, took a lot of money, never showed up again. A lot of stories, like in regular business, even in this industry, this happens. It is about people every single time. But you cannot put a general view on the entire industry that every single business is bad only because of that one experience. And you can hear a lot of marketers in their stories talking about how they've been terminated, how their teams have been moved, their volume dropped, they've been changed marketing plans, and suddenly from one month to another, they've been making a third of what they've been making before because they have made changes to the compensation plan. That does happen, but that's why it's so important to do your due diligence and actually choose a company that guarantees you that that's not going to happen. Fourth reason, maybe the price of your products. Why you can buy a normal product in a store or e-shop or any place, why you have to pay for this overpriced product just because it's in your MLM. Most of the companies I have actually came across have top quality products, high quality products, because all the money that the company makes, they actually do put in the research and development of their products or services and into their distributors. And I'm not saying that there are not overpriced products. Maybe there are to actually pay for the distributors. It again depends on the companies. That's why you are responsible to do your due diligence if this is something that is worth the price. But there are such a high quality products. And if you know that it saves the environment, you're not putting any chemicals that are even in branded luxury products. Luxury brands on the market have so much chemicals, let's say in cosmetics, the daily use of the products, toothbrush, the shampoo, the cream that you put on your face or hands or shower, whatever that you use on daily basis, you put in your skin that absorbs everything into your body and system. So many chemicals. You know, I'm a huge fan of our water filtration system. I'm going to put actually a video of that again below in the description of this video. Why you should really care about what you drink, the tap water, what chemicals are in it. Even if you have very clean water where you are, we actually can drink. It should be really good where I live, but still the taste of the water after you filter it, the clean one versus the one that I have rarely in my house, I no longer drink the tap water. And the water filtration is so good, you can put any source of water in it. It can be from the pond, it can be from non-drinkable actually source of water, it can be dirty. And it cleans 99.9% of everything that you have inside. But more on the video below. But that's why we are so passionate about what we do, because first we can save the environment from the chemicals, from the plastic bottles. Every bottle that I actually put into someone else's hand, I save 455 bottles thrown into the ocean. So only 22 people, if I spread this among 22 people, I save 10,000 bottles, plastic bottles that are thrown into the water. So that's a mission that you put behind your work. It has a purpose. You're doing it to help not only your health, your family, other families, but also you're putting back something of a bigger purpose to an environment. So that's why when we know what we have, we don't want to go back to the chemical, not healthy, ruining this planet and life's products. Fifth reason why your partner doesn't like MLM, maybe a little bit funny, but it also is something that I have seen personally happening, and that is really maybe jealousy. I would call it jealousy about your network, because you're getting, especially if you're building this online, you're getting popular, you're spending time with other people on social media, you're communicating, you're working with your customers, with your team. You're maybe on video calls and Zooms and talking to tons of people. Eventually you get on a stage sharing your story. When you show up, people know who you are and you have so much attention. And suddenly the other person just stands back and they're watching you and they feel left alone. You have so much excitement for the other people and for the industry, and it's a completely different world and it's becoming part of you. So you need to incorporate the other person, because they're somehow becoming left behind, and that cannot happen. One part is the attention needs to be divided between your business and your spouse, so they're not really left behind. And also you need to give credit to the other person, because they've been, even though they may not be supportive, but they've been the one who actually been there for you. They gave you the space, the time, the encouragement, or maybe they were so discouraging that you actually wanted to show them you can do it and that it works. So they gave you the push actually prove that it works. So you need to give the other person credit and really build their credibility and authority as well along with you. Sixth reason that will come up eventually is the dependence on the other one. You are growing as a person, as a leader. You are becoming, even if you're introverted, I'm very introverted person myself. I always thought I'm like 50-50 divided. Sometimes I feel more communicative and I want to be with people, but most of the time, the older I am, the more introverted I actually feel. But still, that influence, that authority, that knowledge, those expertise, huge network that you're building, everything is growing you as a person. You have more and more responsibility and influence, and it grows you not only in your business life, but also in your personal life. And the other person sees it. Especially if you are women, that strong women personality, you still have to work with that manhood and ego, because that dependence that probably was there will no longer be there. And if you have that alpha male person next to you, you will have to be working also with this balance. And this is something that may be in general in any business that a woman or man can work, but it's definitely a reason why some of the partners eventually may become jealous and not likable about the industry because it has changed the person who has been next to them. And if they still don't get it, no matter what success the other person has, and one is not growing and the other one outgrew that person, there's a huge problem. That's why I'm so thankful that my partner is actually an entrepreneur himself, and even though he runs a traditional business with public relation services, but we don't have to really have this problem. But I can see many that have stayed in that employment mindset and didn't move with the other person who actually outgrew to completely different entrepreneurial level and thinking and mindset. There will be a huge barrier. So it's important that both of you really are a little bit involved in this. Seventh reason why I actually loved it at last is the paycheck. When you work this business the right way, when you get the results, you will eventually always outgrow that paycheck the other person has. And again, there goes the dependence, need, and mindset shift the other person has to make in order to really be okay with this. Because especially with women, if they make double, triple, 10x the income the partner has, then some are okay, some can enjoy the lifestyle, but there are personalities that will not be okay. But make the other person understand that you always do it for both of you, for the entire family. And it's a long-term project that you will be working on. Even when you have that success, before you actually reach it, your goals and dreams and desires should already go higher and more up, so you don't get that plateau and get stuck at certain level. But the progress is what makes this industry amazing, why you feel fulfilled, you have a purpose in your life, because you can always work towards something together. And that partner has to realize that it's enriching your life. You're smarter, more fun to talk to, more entertaining. You have better speaking skills, you have bigger network, more friends, you can travel, you can see things, you can do things that you want. You can spend time with your family whenever you want. My kids, they don't have to go to kindergarten. They're there only to have fun with their friends and other kids and have programs and do fun stuff with children their age. And it's not because they have to be there, it's just because few hours a day they can have fun with their friends, and the rest of their time they can be with me whenever they want. If they don't feel like going there, they don't have to at this moment. Once they are in the school, it will be totally different because I want them to have that responsibility actually. But that's another story. You can choose how you want to raise your children, what you want them to actually experience. And when the other person feels the importance that he or she has actually helped to achieve this, they've been part of that journey, and it's partially their success as well, and it's working, and they have the dream income stream for both of you. They either get or not involved. If they have something they love to do instead, maybe they start a different side hustle. You motivate them to do something else in different niche, different industry, but it opens their options and enriches their life. It will be a win-win situation for you. Let me know below in the comments if there's something that maybe your partner tells you about the industry, something they don't like, or maybe it's you, something you don't like about the industry. And I can't wait to read those. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in next video.